Sisi tunafanya kazi yetu. Hapana, sisi tunafanya kazi yetu. Sisi tunafanya kazi yetu, sisi tunafanya kazi yetu. Kika wale wanarusha mawe.
As a Kenyan journalist we work in very difficult circumstances, maybe not as bad as they used to be in the 90s or in the 80s. I think the situation has improved. In the 90s, we knew it was the government, Mutkuf, whatever. We knew those challenges. We knew there was this clear enemy. And our reaction to those challenges or to that repression, we found innovative ways of dealing with it. I know one of the things most of us, not most of us, at least the media then was doing is, because we knew you could not publish everything, because either they come and knock on your door or come and collect all the newspapers and everything, at least we would be able to investigate and do stories which we would not publish as ourselves, but we would share with international media, FT, WP, you know, and they would publish, and then I would feel comfortable enough saying that, reporting that story, quoting it as if it's done by these newspapers or these foreign media organizations. And that's the one where we try to circumvent the repression then. Today, the challenge is that everybody can write, anyone can publish, and news is traveling much faster. We are sharing, the technology has made it possible for people to share information wider. So there is a little bit more freedom if you look at it from that point. But the challenge of actually being able to run what we're calling legacy media and making them survive is what is, for now, for me, I think it's the biggest challenge. Because media houses tend to be pushing, they are running for the bottom line. They seem to have been caught off guard by these changes. They have yet to adapt to the changing media ecosystem such that they seem to be scrambling. That is why you see sometimes legacy media, which should, for all intents and purposes, be like the one we believe to be giving us the truth, as close as the truth as we can imagine, or the facts as is possible, are following social media. And the reason that is happening is because there's a lot more sense of, I don't know whether it's fear or self-censorship, because you don't want to upset the business which might pull out the advertising, and then sometimes the owners of the media are the same politically with the political elite and all this networking, which kind of has limited that space. At that particular time, in the 90s especially, I think what happened is that media was seen to be on the side of the people. Right now, I don't think we have lost, the public has lost faith in us, even though we are the most trusted. I don't know whether that is still true, but real good journalism, investigations, holding power to account, literally, not exposing there was a scandal, a theft, corruption, and then what? We need to be persistent and hold, and not waver when we hold truth to power. That's one thing I love about journalism. I can call up anyone and tell you, again, based on this, you're lying, eh? You better be telling us what's the truth. You see, holding power to account. And you're not doing it on your own, at me, myself, and I. You're doing it on behalf, because you know you're speaking for thousands or maybe hundreds of other people who do not have that opportunity to articulate the issues that matter to them, to this idiot, these people who should, you know, you get. So don't get into it for money. Don't get into it for celebrity. Get into it because you want to help, you want to do something, you want to make a difference. You cannot remove your humanity from yourself as a journalist. So you cannot stop being human. You cannot stop being a person, a human being. I mean, you see some other person there whose eyes are streaming because of tear gas, you do not remember it. You're just here to record. You're surviving, all of you are surviving. So sometimes those kind of things happen. And the other thing also is, for a journalist to be seen to be wearing the hat of an activist, you might end up losing the trust of your audience, because you might be forced to manipulate information. Because activism also, activists sometimes tend to manipulate the information they have because they want to influence debate in a certain direction. Journalist wants to say, okay, there's an issue. Corruption is an issue. Yes, blah, 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 all that stuff. This is the information we have. In this, you have to be able to contextualize it. You need to add it, the nuances that exist. An activist is under no obligation to do that. But I get a sense that some journalists have been crucified, if you want to say that, or thrown to the dogs by their newsroom editors or whatever, because it was not in favor. It's not because, maybe not because of political alignment, but maybe because somebody somewhere said they were not happy with the kind of reporting or the kind of position certain journalists have taken. And that perception of not having somebody having your back impacts on how you report as a journalist, and makes you kind of self-censor kidogo, because you also need to survive. You want to keep your job. But for young people, this is the most exciting time to get into journalism. It is a time to challenge or to push boundaries that I never thought I'd see in my own lifetime. What we need to remember is that we have to keep true to what we are. Let's not try and be what social media is. We are not social media. We are not. There's a place for journalism, and good journalism will outlive a lot of the fads which seem to be trending on social. I think people are hungry for real news, and real news in the sense that it's factual. It's not rhetoric, it's not opinion, it is not the he said, she said, after he said and she said, then what? People want answers to things. They want to be able to make decisions, and making decisions means giving them information.